5 easy steps to start a business during a recession. Step number 1 is That's right, guys, Kris Krāze here, and today's video is 5 steps on how to start a business during a recession. You just don't know. You never know when a recession is just knocking on that door. Knock, knock, knock. So today we're talking about 5 easy steps to start a business, and it's basically a roadmap. And who is it coming from? It's coming from me because I own a couple businesses, both online, warehouses, storefronts. I have a couple, multiple. So I know what I'm talking about. And my advice and my success hopefully will help you and your success. So let's jump right into this. But before we do, you know the routine. Subscribe, notification bells, and like, ding, ding, ding. I love that part of the videos that I do here. So anyways, moving on. Now, yesterday's video, will pop this on the screen. Ready? Boop. So that video, I talked about a couple of things. I talked about different things like why would you start a business during a recession, things that you need, okay? The best businesses to start. I covered all that there. Now, funny fact, and actually interesting fact, is when a recession hits, the best businesses seem to emerge. Now, why? More importantly, we're going to talk about that in a minute, but more importantly, what businesses started during the last recession? We're talking like Uber, Instagram, WhatsApp, Venmo, Credit Karma, and of course, Apple started during a recession. No, not the 2008 recession. That was a while ago. Apple's been around a lot longer than that, but you get the point. Businesses that are innovative, that are creative, that think outside the box, and that solve a problem are the ones that come out during recessions and they prosper. Yes, they do. Now, the big question is, how do you start a business during a recession? Well, how to start a business during a recession? Maybe that's the better way to phrase it. We're gonna get to those right now. Boom! So the big question is how? Well, first and foremost, we have a bonus, and that bonus is at the end. You're gonna wanna stick around for the bonus because I love bonuses, and bonuses are always good. And I have some pro tips in the bonus that are gonna help you successfully start fast. I have to say it like that because that is a tongue twister. Try saying that 10 times. Now, let's get into this first, but before we do, I have to tell you that it starts with you. You that are watching this video, if you want to start a business during a recession, it actually does start with you. And I know that you've heard the whole spiel before, like the mindset and oh my God, and yeah, I know. And you know what though? It really does. Because the thing here is this, your mindset is actually going to be the bottleneck for your entire business. The mindset of the leaders, the mindset of the managers, the mindset of the creative directors, the mindset of the owner. You're the business owner. If you want to own a business, what does that make you? A business owner. So your mindset is going to hold you back. And why do I say that? Because you're gonna have limiting beliefs. You're gonna think that your skill set's not on point. You're gonna think that you're not creative enough. You're gonna beat yourself up mentally. You're gonna think that people are gonna criticize you. And guess what? I know, because I've been there. I do it to myself. I'm my own worst enemy. You know what? If I could punch myself out in the mirror and the mirror didn't break, well, guess what? There'd be a lot of punching going on. But I don't do that because I don't want to hurt my hand, and I like myself at the end of the day. I hope you do too, but the whole moral of that story is don't beat yourself up because you're gonna criticize yourself. You're gonna have your limiting beliefs. You're gonna tell yourself that your skill set's not good enough and that you can't do this. You know what? Who cares? Look in the mirror and go, who cares? I'm looking in the mirror right now. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? If you do that, just tell yourself it's okay and you got this. Focus on these 5 things and things will be good. Things will be successful. Now, I have to say this because I've seen so many of this and I am prefacing this, so I'm sorry if I offend some of these people out there, but I really don't mean to. If you sell a product once, that's great. You made a sale. Congratulations. Pat yourself on the back 1 or 2 times. But if you sell something over and over again that people want and ultimately people need, I've said this on videos before, ultimately what they need, then guess what? You have a sustainable business. Just because you sold 1 or 2 things and you think that that's your sales model and you think that that's gonna be your business, that's called a fly-by-night business. Guess what? Those businesses come up and they go down just as fast as they come up. So make sure you don't have a fly-by-night business. How do you prevent yourself from doing that? You do what I'm about to tell you in these 5 steps. So let's get into it. Boom, number one. Number one is identify a need. What is a need? Not something that people want. People want toilet paper right now. People want something like that. People want things. Guess what? What's a need? If somebody has a need, then it's easier to fulfill that need, and they need it. They're gonna go to great lengths to get it. They're emotionally attached to it. Things like that put you in the perfect position when you're selling your product. How do you do this? Scan Reddit. Reddit.com, scan it. Look at what people are complaining about. Look at the blogs, Google things, do some research, okay? Look for the pain points. When people that rhymes with itch, okay? We're keeping it PG here, but when people complain, when people have very verbalized feedback on something is a clean way to put it. Those are things where you can look at that and you can basically connect some dots. And I love talking about connecting dots on my videos. I've done that on another one. But if you see enough people complaining about something, and guess what? You know a solution to that something, you, sir or ma'am, or whoever you identify with, may have a viable business. Now, of course, you want to build some products, you want to take it out to the market, you want to do what you need to do and test it, but guess what? That might be a start right there. So identify a need is number one. Number two, offer a solution. How do you do this? Well, when you offer a solution, you're solving a problem. So when you're identifying the need, you're identifying the problem. When you solve the problem, what is the solution for that problem? That's what you need to focus on. And I did talk about some of these things in another video, yesterday's video, which I keep referring to that because it was very, very drawn out and well performed, if you will. Now, offer a solution, map out the solution, and create the solution and create the roadmap for what you're doing. Don't just go into this blindfolded like you don't know anything, okay? That's like throwing stones at a glass house. Things are gonna break and things are gonna crumble at some point. So make sure you have a viable plan. Make sure that you do a test market, test your product to some people and then start going to the masses with it. Now, what's number three? Be the alternative. You don't want to just be another Joe, Joe's brick and mortar down at the corner of the block, okay? It's like a 7-Eleven. Why go to this 7-Eleven right here when I can go to the 14 other ones a half mile away? You see what I'm saying? Don't be that guy. Don't be that business, okay? You want to do something when your competitors are sleeping, you want to take them out. You know why? Because think of the mindset that they have during a recession like this. The mindset that they're probably having is, oh my God, I need to scramble, I need to do this, or they've already been complacent for so many years because they think, I got this. I don't need to do anything else. We're gonna come around. Oh, people know who we are. Now, being a branding expert, there is some truth to that. But at the same time, new businesses will come up and new businesses are a threat to the brand, regardless of how long you've been around. So keep that in mind. Don't ever think that you're too big for your bridges or you're too powerful or think. Powerful things crumble. Remember that. Those stones at the glass houses, you can only build so much glass on top of each other before it starts coming down. So think about that. And that's true with business as well, okay? Now, make sure that your product is better and check the reviews. And I say that because I've said this before as well. The easiest way to make a viable product and to make something that somebody wants, simply go on YouTube, simply go on Amazon, look at the product reviews and say, oh my God, so many people complained about this. X, whatever it is. So many people wanted this better. And then you simply make that product with that change. And guess what? You have market feedback. Companies pay thousands and millions of dollars for controlled research studies, for customer input. Focus groups is what they're called. I've been on both sides of it. I've had focus groups and I've been a part of focus groups. TurboTax, I was one of those. Subway, ate some sandwiches when this new Southwestern sauce came out. So I was part of those. I know how they work. Well, guess what? It's a controlled environment and it costs a lot of money. Why pay all that money? Customer reviews are telling you right there on the screen what they want. Give them what they want and you're solving a problem. Now, what's number four? Number four, be better priced. I say this with a caveat because now every single person that's watching this right now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, well, I just got to be cheaper. Wrong. Wrong-o. Because what you have to do, you have to be better priced, and priced has two different meanings to it here. Price does mean physical price, dollars and cents. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Now, I have to throw out a joke in there. Now, yes, better priced, but better value. Price also means value. Now, what you want to do is put your position and your value proposition in a better point than your customers. And there's some tricks to do this. And you are better priced. Now, just because your product's here at a certain price and your customer or your competitor's product is up here, guess what? Yeah, they're gonna pick you because you're down here. Well, even if yours is a little bit more than your competitors, but you have a package, but you have more value, but you have a better warranty, but you have a longer warranty, but you have better customer service. Maybe you follow up with them. There's so many things that you can add value to this. That just skims the surface. Now, when you add value to that, you're better priced. So don't just think price as a numerical value, okay? Sometimes you can't put a value on value. You see what I'm saying here? So yes, make sure that you are better priced. Now, like I said, packaged items. Now, this is something that goes into number 5, which is be different. How can you be different than your competitors? A lot of Amazon sales and some of my Amazon businesses and others that I've seen, what you do is you go in and let's say there's a 17-piece toolkit for a car. Well, maybe I have a 26-piece toolkit. Maybe my toolkit comes with 4 rags instead because you have dirty hands when you wipe on cars and you work on cars, right? Well, that's right. If I put the rags in there, that saves the customer one more step from going and buying something else. Now I have more value. That is the whole key here. Now I brought more value to the customer. I saved them time because my product's more valuable because it has time equity in it. It saves them time. Guess what? They're more likely to go with me. So this is something that you can do in your business, even if you're not on Amazon, even if you're somewhere else. So yes, offer something different is number 5. And we're talking about packaged or group products. We're talking about better or more efficient, saving time. Look at what your product does for a customer. What else can your product do that saves them time, that saves them headache, that saves them agony? Yes, all of those things. Think about it. Use your own product. Get pissed off that you're using your own product on something and think to yourself, how do I make this better because I'm pissed right now and I know that my customer might be pissed at some point. So if I can get one step ahead of him and I can make my product do something else or a complementary product with it that now I can save him time or I can help him from being pissed off, guess what? You're in a great position. Yes, your business will be liked by the masses. So now what you can do here, I have a little bit of a bonus, but it goes into something here. It's different. Now, number 5, I have this grouped in here is this. If you don't know how to start your product, if you don't know how to get it out to the public, if you don't know how to test it, go on websites. There's websites like Kickstarter, Indiegogo. I mentioned this before, but I know a couple people that have done really, really well on Kickstarter. I'm talking like 2, 3, 400,000 in 30, 40, 50, 60 days. Yes. So that is a good crowdfunding place, and it's not just to make money. Don't just take their money and don't do that. That's unethical. But what that does is you get a product out there and you can go ahead and you can test the market. If nobody bites, well, maybe you need to refine your product. But guess what? If it shoots through the roof and you're making 100K in 30 days, well, if you sell 100K in 30 days, let's get that straight. You still got to build the product and ship it to them. Now you know that you have people that want your product. Pro tip here and the bonus. So let's jump into the bonus and ready, bonus music now. So bonus, focus on the branding. You may think this is silly, but coming from somebody who has multiple brands, even multiple brands in the same industry, I know a lot about branding, and I will even go to the extent of saying I'm a branding expert. Trust me on this when I tell you this. Focus on the branding up front. What's your logo gonna look like? What's your colors gonna look like? What is your position in the market? What's your tagline, okay? What are your goals? Okay, what's your community policy? What is it? There's certain things you could put here, I could go into it, but then I'm just giving away too much information for free in this video. Keep it simple. Brand yourself early, get that logo in front of people. They'll remember you and make yourself available and share and stay open for criticism. If I can ask you guys one thing, and I've said this on yesterday's video and I'm gonna say it a lot, the one thing I see with businesses, in my own businesses, in which when I have friends and I go to their businesses or I see other things, or even online, I mean, you can see it on the Profit. People are not willing to change. They're stuck in their own lane and they're not willing to have the blinders off for a minute and say, maybe I should listen there. maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. Now take that with a grain of salt, but be open to constructive criticism. That's the best thing I can say here. I'm Kris Krāze, and until next video, do me a favor. If you like the video, comment, like, subscribe, hit those notification bells. Ding, ding, ding. There's the outro. I'm Kris Krāze. Until next time, I'm out.